You have to be willing to challenge yourself. And as you challenge yourself, you have to be willing to push yourself. If it was easy, the 99% of people that hasn't played sports, the 99% of people that hasn't played any type of team organization, hasn't been on any team, eventually when they get on a team, they will have to show up not only for themselves, but have to show up for others. Ever since I started to do this 90-day challenge, making $100,000, I've learned that it just can't be me anymore. I can't do everything, so I don't need to, for the moment I have to do everything, but soon I have to start working with more than just myself and one other person. I have to start bringing in more people. I have to start working with people. And what I recognize by showing up doing this 90-day challenge is that it takes money to make a difference. It takes money to make an impact. It takes money to make a change. I didn't understand that, but when I started to show up, I learned the importance of learning, of developing, of growing. Because when you start to grow within yourself, you start to develop yourself. When you start to develop yourself, you start to evolve within yourself. When you start to evolve within yourself, it's coming from the way you showed. That's important. Because if you don't show up, no one is coming to save you. If you don't show up, no one is coming to help you. If you don't show up, how can you seek the guidance that will help you get to the next phase? You see, it's so important to understand that as you are showing up, you are preparing. And as you're preparing, you are learning. As you are learning, you are gaining the experience. Many times in life, you have to go through the same thing over and over and over again until you recognize the lesson that came from the first experience. You see, it's easier said than done. It's when I was learning how to box, and when I started to work out with my trainer that has been boxing for 20 plus years, I started to work out with him. But our first conversation, he proceeds to say, yeah, man, like I'm confident in boxing because I've been doing it my whole life. I'm confident in fighting because I've been protecting myself my whole life. He said, but when it comes to social media, I'm not that confident. I said, what you mean? Like you just said you got beat up for a living, or you beat others up for a living. How are you scared of social media? And what I recognized during that time is that fighting doesn't consist of talking. Fighting doesn't consist of posting. Fighting doesn't consist of sharing oneself. Fighting consists of protecting oneself. Social media, you can't protect yourself. Well, you can protect yourself, but you have to put yourself out there to get more awareness. So when he said that, it really hit me, because when you show up, you're learning more about your weaknesses as well. Because we all have weaknesses. Our strength is something that we focus on every single day. But until we recognize our weakness will speak louder than our strength, because we're not even paying attention to it. So this month, I've been recently learning about myself, taking different personality tests, identifying my weaknesses, and understanding like I have some more growing to do. I have some more developing to do. And I'm giving myself permission to show up every single day, even when it's hard, even when it's challenging, even when it's confusing, because I have to show up to learn how to develop.